You want to try a non-Stoneforge Mystic list, so I'm pretty keen to see how that goes. Because I want to play a Prismatic Ending in the main deck. We sort this by colors. Silence, Carpet, Surgical Bog, Force, Oof and Tracker. I don't mind Oof and Tracker. Main deck, that's 60. Take out Yavimaya. Wastelands are nice. An extra Savannah would be pretty good. Sort by mana. Cool. I think an extra Endurance would be sweet. Stoneforge is fine. Yeah. The Prismatic Endings do feel like a more 3-color kind of thing. Not sure if I have everything for Green-White Black. There definitely is a consideration for a like a Triome or something like that. I do just want to give Green-White another whack and see how it performs. 23 lands. Hex Drink is sweet. I might just take out the endings and put in Path. Then we have the Forces still, which is nice. Carpet's Chokes. An extra Endurance. I guess we have Skyclave. Yeah. That's 15. This is 59. I could see a world where I actually just keep Tracker in the board and then bring in 2 Skyclaves to the main deck. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, as nice as the mana is, I felt like there I was short and should just be playing 23 lands. Because there were a few too many one-landers. I think the mulligans in those games were pretty poor. And it was just a deck building choice by me to try to skimp on lands, but it's not going to work. It never works. Still like everything else. There was some consideration for shifting Ceratops, but I think Endurance just does everything that shifting Ceratops does that you want. So I feel like this is okay. And 2 Skyclaves main deck will be really nice. Everything else I'm pretty happy with. Have I seen the new Legacy Enchantress? No. How is it different to traditional Enchantress? Thank you, Card Hoarder. Reset. Add 1, add 1. I'm going to cut the bog, seeing we added the extra Endurance here. I think this is pretty good. Alright, here we go. Nice. Fresh. Definitely would have liked to have put up a better fight in the first league, but that's why we're here. Yeah, just some basic issues as well. Some little actions that I just need to work on. But it can be pretty tough having chat, making sure you're being entertaining, and explaining your lines as well, looking at the timer as well. A few things that come up with streaming, but definitely not reasons why we can't get over the line. But yeah, Green-White Maverick, it's definitely hard to justify it right now when Green-White Depths is doing so well. and it attacks the format pretty well. But I think that if you have the cards, jam it. I actually got some cool new basics that I'll show you guys. These are thanks to Kai Sawatari. This is a an FBB Green Sun Zenith Forest, and then the other one, and then we have a Knight of the Reliquary statue Plains, which is pretty sweet, and then like the head of the statue around, which is pretty cool. Big fan of them. I've wanted these for a long time, so very cool to get them with a little bit of Maverick on them as well, which is pretty sweet. I will keep this hand. Has a pretty nice curve. Hey Dark Cloud, I hope you're very well. Just gonna go for Savannah into birds. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty happy. Savannah, bird, let's go. Okay. Okay. Not the worst. We do have Knight of Autumn to blow up that Mox Diamond. Urza's Saga, pretty good. Map's pretty strong here as well. I think I just want to get rid of the Mox Diamond here. And then next time we can Ramanap, get back a land, play Noble. Taking them off their coloured mana is pretty huge. Yeah. Stage is going to be fine. Doesn't get much better. They're going to tap here for the expedition map, most likely. Yep, so we'll see what they get first, and then we'll make an assumption. We'll definitely hit the Saga here, but we'll see what they get first. Probably Bog. I can only assume it's going to be Bog. Hey, Asgard. I would say that they get Wooded Foothills. Interesting. I would say that Cradle is obviously really good in Maverick, but I know that Punishing Maverick doesn't really play it, and you can play without it. I've played some budget builds with Ancient Tomb in its slot, or just playing an extra fetch land. You're not going to be able to do some of the really broken things, but you will still be able to play the deck pretty well, which is nice. Urza's aren't legendary, yeah, that's very true, which is pretty crazy. Oh, they have a Loam. Okay. That's fine, because we have Green Suns for Ooze. So let's play Wasteland. Go get Ooze. But yeah, you should check out the Maverick Discord, because recently a lot of people were talking about and discussing some of the pros and cons of having Cradle in your deck, and what you can do from a budget perspective if you don't want it, or if you can't get it straight away. Yeah, Blast Zone's a pretty cool utility land you could play if you have an extra slot due to not having a Cradle. Yeah, that's a rough one for my opponent. Drawing that wasteland off the top was huge. But... Alright. This is going to be an interesting one. I do like the Path and the Skyclaves. I like taking out the Thalias, the Teeg. The Oof is probably only hitting... Oof's interesting, especially seeing the map. I might keep Oof in for now. I like the Endurances, the Knight. Might be a Surgical. Yeah, Blast Zone can be pretty Feast or Famine, but against a deck like Blue-Red Delver that are now running Delvers, Ragavans, and also the Dragon 1/1, it's pretty good. Why Path? Yeah, I'm going to trade the 2 swords for the 2 Path. I'm not sure if this is just... I feel like this is Green-White Depths. I don't think this is lands. I think this is Green-White Depths that's playing in Urza's package of a few things, including map. So that's why I'm trying to like sideboard like this is a mid-range deck that plays creatures. They did play Loam. They did play Loam, that's correct. But they... I probably want the extra endurance and the Force of Vigors then. Yeah, I think Saga is definitely seeing play in a lot of decks, including lands, but I put them on green-white, not... I guess they played a Wooded Foothills, but still that can fetch everything. Or does Green-White Depths only play the 4 Windswept Teeth? I feel like it doesn't. Let's have a quick look. My only thought that if they're playing the Urza's Saga version of this, maybe they're playing Loam to also just have another engine through the graveyard instead of Ramanap. Which is kind of weird. Okay, we have a little bit of time. I'm definitely bringing the Surgicals and the Parts. I don't mind the extra Skyclave. Because that deals from everything from, if they are on lands, it deals with all their enchantments. If they're on a creature-based deck like Green-White, then it deals with all their creatures. That's pretty good. Yeah, definitely more common in lands. That's very correct. And then it might just be the extra endurance. That was actually it. So that's pretty good. I like that Skyclave in this matchup can be both good against lands and Green-White Depths, but otherwise it can be pretty tough. This is an interesting one. So we have a turn 2 library if the Stride Arbor sticks, but outside of that it's pretty rough. I don't like keeping hands where I have to really rely on drawing a source of mana, so I'm going to mulligan this. This is a 1-lander, but we do have Noble Hierarch and Scrib Ranger, so actually I'm going to keep this and bottom the Hex Drinker. But yeah, maybe the Loam was the giveaway that I should think this is lands more than a green-white deck, but I still feel Green-White Depths has a lot of room for adjustment, so could be people testing things out. Skyclave. Can it? One target non-land. Interesting. Yeah, Skyclave can't hit Saga just because it's a land. Teferi can bounce Saga? Yuck. Opponent goes to 4. Wow. Hey Vegeta, welcome. Okay, Port. Okay, there we go. That's the big card. That's the big card that I'll say this is lands. This is pretty nice as well. I don't mind using the fetch here. I don't want a 6 in case my opponent just goes lands cast Loam to put it in the bin, then we can surgical it in their draw step. Mox. Interesting. Pretty happy just to cast Scrib Ranger here. Endurance is nice. Field's gonna be okay. Pretty slow. Pernicious Deed is pretty sweet. A good little upside for Nick Fit. That's gonna be okay. Caracas, okay. Just get to attack for 2 first. And now we don't actually have to pick up anything here. We can just play Caracas and pass. Sorry, cast the Knight first. I don't want to hold up the Endurance because we have the Surgical anyway. Like, getting Knight online is just so good, especially with Scrib Ranger here. It's going to be really tough for my opponent to get back from. Even a Valakut Exploration here is not that big of a concern. Blast Zone's pretty good. But we do get to double Wasteland them next turn. Ramen up. Okay, now we really get to go to town. 1, 2, 3. Ramen up. Sack the forest. Wasteland. Hit the field. Wasteland. Hit the port. Scrib, untap Knight, return Savannah. There is a world where we get got by Tabernacle, but I kind of want to attack you with the Knight. Can't really play around Tabernacle anyway. I guess unless we untap. Yeah, I guess we can play around Tabernacle. Six puts them to 12. Actually, I am going to be aggressive here. I'm actually just going to attack with everything. Even the Mum. What am I afraid of? Maybe Abrupt Decay? That's probably it. Okay. Because we don't have a way to untap it without a forest in place. So I think this is okay. Opponent did go to 4, but Valakut Exploration is a good way to get back into the game. Especially if they hit an Exploration as well. Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, pretty happy to win that one. Lands is probably a deck where I do like Leyline in the deck, but Endurance does work, which is nice. Also being a 3/4 with Reach is pretty awesome. Hard to kill. Flash can catch off your opponent. Alright. Also, Green Sun's tutable, very true. Yikes. I'm gonna mulligan this. We don't have a great start in, like, the Dried Up has to live for a turn, and then we're just stuck with a Wasteland. We have no white mana. Pretty easy mulligan. No green source. Yikes. I'm not gonna keep this. I mean, we could try to, like, turn 1 Mum, turn 2 draw, green source, play library, but there is better things to do, and this is it. We'll drop 1 sword, and probably the Questing Beast. And then just try to go Noble into Ramanat. Pretty happy to get basics first. Plains. Mum, okay. D&T, interesting. Swords Mom, attack for 1. This is going to be a pretty uphill battle, but hopefully we see a Thalia here and not a Stoneforge Mystic. Because Stoneforge into that new 7-drop artifact would be pretty backbreaking. Oh, Vial. Okay, that's fine. Cradle. I think I'd rather get a land back than attack with Noble this turn and then play Ramanap, so... Ramanap land. Hey Jerry. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a coffee in hand. Is D&T rough for Maverick? It definitely can be. It's pretty back and forth, which is nice. Skyclave Apparition was a pretty big printing for D&T because it gave them a lot of good outs to a lot of different threats in Sylvan Library or Jide or another Reliquary. But the black versions are pretty good because you have Plague Engineer, which is pretty huge. We do have Collect Oof and things like Knight of Autumn to deal with Aether Vial or equipment in game 1. But yeah, Green-White I would say has the hardest time because it is just a little bit too slow. I am just going to fetch Dried Arbor here. I'll attack first. Then play a fetch from the bin. And just pass with Scrib up. The Vial starts as well are pretty tough. Even though it was late, the Vial's going to be really strong here for them. Yikes. I guess we get to kind of trade here. But I guess if I thought about Jide, I should have untapped the Dried Arbor in my turn so that I could block with it and then return. But here I can't do that. So I might as well just trade the Scrib instead of untapping the Dried Arbor. Okay, that's a start. Might as well attack with both unless they have Thalia. So I might actually just attack with the Ramanap because that attacks into a Thalia pretty well. Two mana. This Thalia. Don't really care about this. Ah, they're going to try to block and then kill it with Jide. That's interesting. I don't mind this. Oh, They're doing this wrong. They're doing this so wrong. You should deal damage first and then respond. Because now I can Swords the Thalia and keep the Ramanap. But if they use the other Jide counter now, yeah, now I can actually just Swords the Thalia if I really want to here. And then I get best of both worlds. You should let damage happen and then use the neg effects. But now it's really a case of, do I want to keep the Ramanap around? We know they have Skyclave. Yeah, Thalia with first strike is huge. Hey, True Hero. A huge thank you for the raid. What did you play and how'd you go? Yeah, so I could Swords now. I guess while Caracas is down, it also means that Flickwisp is no longer an option either. I think I will just Swords. It also means they can't put in a creature this turn anyway and like attack with haste, so that's pretty good. But yeah, interesting situation where a little bit of sequencing would have definitely helped. But hey everyone from True Heroes stream. I hope you're well. We're currently in a league with Green-White Maverick. We won the first match against Lands. We're in game 1 against D&T. Sword's pretty good. This is where I would love to just draw Green Sun Zenith and just go and get Oof, which I believe is in the main deck. Nice. And see if my... Yeah, this is definitely a world where I want the Oof. But then they still have the Skyclave to eat it up with, so even a Green Sun here wouldn't be the greatest. I guess Wasteland's fine. But they get to double equip next turn. It's looking pretty grim. Don't really care about the port at this stage. Dryad Arbor is a free attack. Yeah, in a really tough spot. I do get to block with Noble Hierarch. Just to stop the sword doing 2 damage. But I'm not sure what my way back here is because there's just so many slow card advantage engines that I have. Like even Sylvan Library isn't that great. So they have 2 unknown cards. If they have a land, it's pretty tough because then it's double equip attack. I think if they don't have a 4th land, they just equip the Jide in attack because at least then they're definitely getting value off it. Alright. Thalias can come out, Teeg can come out. Skyclave really nice. Parts are really nice. I do like the tracker. I do like some number of force. I think I will just bring in both because I want to see them. Ramanap's a little bit overkill, and so is Collector Ooze. So is Scavenging Ooze. Usually it's just these. I could see an Endurance coming out for the Ramanap, just in case we have some sort of lock and we come across Green Suns, but otherwise that's pretty solid. Turn 1 acceleration for us is pretty key to really get some sort of advantage straight away, but yeah, Reach is pretty strong, especially as a 3/4. Maybe that's a consideration over like Knight. Knight is pretty good, but yeah, Endurance as a flash creature could just be enough. Could also see Hex coming out, but Hex can run away with the game, especially with Mum. Scrib's still solid. Questing Beast's still fine, especially when Mums are on board. Sylvan Library is the big one. If Sylvan Library isn't hit by a Skyclave apparition early on, then I can really use Sylvan Library to my advantage, because I'm going to assume Spirited Labyrinth is taken out if it is in the main deck of Death and Taxes against this deck. But it's a fun matchup. It's definitely one of the matchups that I can play pretty much forever. I wouldn't expect any sweepers out of them, so Mum's going to be pretty hard to beat if they don't have a turn 1 removal spell for our turn 1 Mum. Okay, I will keep this. We can Green Suns off the Savannah, and then we have an answer for both Mum and Vial turn 1 in Skyclave, which is pretty sweet. And then we can also save the Dryad Arbor if we really need to with Script Ranger. A few things that are pretty nice. We don't have actual instant speed removal, but I think that's okay. Opponent went to 6. Dryad Arbor pass. Plains Vial. Cool. Tracker. Okay. Tracker's actually a great job because I want to play the Krakus this turn, Skyclave the Vial, and then next turn play the Tracker, play the Windswept Heath, trigger the Tracker. Wow, 2-minute pass? I'm going to assume this is Containment Priest. Would I be happy trading the Skyclave for a Containment Priest? I probably would be. I think I would be. I think Containment Priest has some pretty nice leverage in the deck, especially with Flicker Wisp as well. So I'm pretty happy to attack here. And at least if they like end step Containment Priest and then untap and Flicker Wisp like Tireless Tracker, we still get 2 clues off it, which is pretty huge. But this draw without Vial is pretty tough. If I can keep Maverick to 1 spell a turn, I'm in a really good spot. I'm just not sure what my opponent is doing here. I kind of really want the extra tracker clue, so I'm actually not going to fetch here, because then they could Swords in response. Cradle. Okay. Cradle's pretty sweet. It could be Cataclysm, but then still we're like, you know, creature, artifact, land. Okay, it could be Cataclysm. But even then, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, Float Mana Cast Endurance is pretty sweet. Crack 1 clue. I wonder if I'm scared of Cataclysm. I should Script Ranger this turn and just start saving some lands. That's fine. Hey Raisins, welcome. Let's untap Dryad Arbor. Return Savannah. just in case they have like Containment Priest into Jide. I do want to have a blocker that I can return with Scrubland, with our Script Ranger. I think I'm just going to cast the Endurance here. Could have cracked a clue, but hopefully that's okay. This isn't too bad either. Draw with the clue. Untap Dried Arbor, return Savannah. Play Savannah. Happy to attack with the Skyclave and the Script Ranger. And then just play the Mum. Now we have path open for a Jide attack as well, which is nice. We have path for a Flicker Wisp. Revoke is going to be okay. Sure, take it. Pretty happy just to pass back. Library's really nice. Library first. And then untap return. Land. Attack with these. I'm pretty happy not using the Skyclave here, because we do have the path in response if they do want to do anything interesting. That scale's more than fine. I have one card left. They're attacking, interesting. I think that means we just have this. So if we end step path the Batterskull, we can then untap. We can then Skyclave the Mum and attack with everything. Skyclave the Revoker, sorry. Hey JBC, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Nice. I don't think I'm going to sideboard any differently. Kind of like everything about this. Mums are going to be pretty vital because they turn off Skyclave as well. But yeah, hitting that turn 1 Vial was really nice. This is a sweet hand. Turn 1 Mum to turn 2 Oof. Doing okay, lockdown sucks? It does. I hope I can help. I hope I can entertain you in some way for some amount of minutes tonight. Get you through it. I'm probably happy to lead on the Caracas as well, because with Thalia's out of both decks most likely, there's really no reason to keep them. I'm entertained. Hey, so sorry, thank you very much. Alright, what do we got? Forest. So this definitely, like, I'm going to play... I can't not play into a Swords to Plowshares, but pretty happy just to go Caracas into Mum. I mean, if the Mum does resolve, it's just so huge. Okay, that's fine. The only upside of playing... oh, they kept Thalia in. Interesting. Did not expect that. So here I'm probably happy to go Verdant. Hold up Caracas, because that's still a white source that can't be wastelanded. It has to be, can be hidden behind a fetch line, which is kind of cool. Also having endurance for Thalia is pretty sweet. Wasteland's okay. They keep the planes up. What do they got? Mum. Okay. Sure. Okay, that's pretty good. Because we can return Thalia. Fetch for a Savannah. Swords Mum. Play Savannah. Play Bird. Hey Panda, thank you very much. Same to you. Same to you 100%. Thankfully it's short, which is really nice. Ooh, Palace Jailer here would be pretty good. Okay, but now we have Endurance, which is nice. So it's not the end of the world. We know that one card in the hand is Thalia as well, so that's going to be okay. Ooh, Path. That's huge. I'd love to see my opponent like tap out for equipment. That would be pretty sweet. Please don't play Thalia first. Oh, they're going to go for the sword. Oh, I love magic. I love magic. It just works out so well, especially if they equip here. I would probably play the Thalia. I guess that, no, if they have another 2-drop, I would play that. The Thalia is a little bit rough because of the Caracas, but... They don't even attack. Wow. Well... I do want to path this because I want to swing with the endurance, so. Yeah, I think shuffling ourselves would be pretty nice. Put the swords in the path back into the deck would be awesome. So nice catch, Jack. Do they have anything? Or we could also Green Suns for Questing Beast. Well, we can try. Oh, 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 so nice. Very nice. Oh my gosh. I guess maybe I don't want to overcommit. I could play around Containment Priest into Sword by not playing the Collector Oof. Nah. They can Cataclysm me. That's more than fine. Yeah. Yeah, Cataclysm would be pretty sweet. We get to keep probably Savannah and Endurance. Force is pretty nice. Where'd the bird come from? The bird was there a little while ago. I think it was turn 3 when we went Caracas, Thalia, fetch for Savannah, Sword's mum, and then Savannah played Bird. Oh yeah, came back from the Palace Jailer. There we go. Police played Batterskull. Skyclave's okay. Probably taking out the Collector Oof and then equipping. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Huh. So much value. Path. Sure. We'll keep drawing. Oof. Such a good card. I kind of want them to play another equipment, but I will just path here. I think I'll block first, just in case. So I'd love them to play like a Revoker, and then equip to the sword. Or even hardcast Batterskull. But Palace Jailer, a tough one to keep in against Maverick. You really have to control the board before you can drop it. Or be, you know, have Palace Jailer and a few pieces of removal in your hand. Caldra would be sweet. Thalia. That is okay. Yeah, I have seen a few people take Jailer out of their build. Ooh, okay. That's going to be interesting. Oh, they get Jide. Okay, that's fine. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't cast both of these unless... I guess we could path the Thalia. 2 mana. I do want to play the library here. Is it worth attacking to see if they block? That's interesting. Maybe, yeah. The issue is if they block the illusion as a 3/3 with Exalted with Thalia, I have to use the Force of Vigor on the sword or path the Thalia, but then I should have just pathed the Thalia first anyway to get it through. So the best case is we draw a green card off the trigger for Force of Vigor, because then we can just... I think I actually just want to play out Sylvan Library and hold up path. I think that's fine. We know they have Jide. Come on, green card. Nice. Haha. Oh, maybe they have Cauldron in hand. No. Okay. That would have been really good. Ooh. Alright. Sorry, opponent. Recruiter's interesting. I wonder what they find. Maybe Skyclave? Maybe Flicker Wisp? I don't want to use Force on the equipment until they actually equip it as well, because that takes 4 mana away from them as well. And next turn we can play the Knight and Force. And we probably find a land off the Sylvan Library. A lot of nice things we can do. There might be a world where we draw like Questing Beast, so we just want to get damage in, but they get a Mum. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think we definitely draw 8. Land. 2 spells. Perfect. Yeah, opponent in a really tough spot. I don't mind playing out Knight here, just as a big threat to try to start really pressuring my opponent, and just pitching the Knight of Autumn to the Force of Vigor. We definitely have enough card advantage coming our way that we could even just draw a card here that is another green card, like Endurance. Yeah. Tough spot for my opponent. Yeah. Just so many cards. At least we're protected from the 1/4. We are protected from the 1/4. Hey Carlos Jones, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. If anyone in chat isn't following, you definitely can. You get notifications when I go live. I do have goals. You can also find me on YouTube and subscribe to me there for free. I usually upload all my streams there twice a week, and then also some Legacy YouTube exclusive content, which is cool. Yeah, it's fair. I definitely like this build a little bit more. Arkan. Okay. This is probably going to be the standstill deck, but you never know with Arkan. He usually plays a few. I don't mind this hand. I'll keep this. There's a world where Wasteland is pretty strong. Hey Vegeta. Yeah, I think I'll definitely go back to the red splash. I did really enjoy it. Bob's pretty strong. I like Library here, I think, over Thalia. Just to try to draw a good answer for this. And also the third white source for Skyclave. This looks like some sort of 4-color Loam deck, which is interesting. There's Saga. That's going to be okay. Knight, sure. Oh. We can 2-spell. Maybe that's where I want to be. Put on top, pay. Noble into Thalia. I think that's better than taking them off the Bayou, but it's tough. Chalice. Okay, this could be Loam, which is really cool. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see Loam, so it's cool to see Arkan playing it. So we know about Chalice, we know about Urza Saga, which has been played. There's a joke at my local store about calling your deck Loam no matter what it is. I play D&T, so it's one color Loamless Loam. Haha, nice. I like that a lot. That's very funny. Nothing. Okay. That's pretty good for us. I probably just want to play Skyclave here. So I don't really need anything. But I might pay for a dig. The question here is, do I want to take out the Bob or the Knight? And I think it's actually the Knight. I guess we can play the Skyclave and see what they do in response. I guess we also have like Endurance as a really nice out to the Knight, so maybe that's something that I'm not really that scared of. But if I can take them off like these, that's pretty good. But with the Bob, they're going to draw into lands, especially at 20 life. I think, yeah, taking Knight and then double Wasteland's pretty good. Just to really hit their mana. And hope that the card draw of Dark Confidant is just a little bit too slow. They didn't have a 3-drop, which is really interesting. That makes me think that they have Abrupt Decay in hand. Or they're holding up for Urza Saga, which even as a 2-2 isn't that great because we have the Thalia with First Strike. So it is a tough one for Arkan. If anyone wants to see this as well, I'm going to assume Arkan's streaming. I'm just going to quickly... I'm not going to look at his stream, but I will just quickly grab their... Legacy_Council, there it is. Okay. That is their stream, if you want to go have a look. Currently the trophy leader, which is very cool. They do nothing. Interesting. A double Wasteland here seems fine. See what they do. This is fine. Now we can just 6 as well, which is really nice. Swords is perfect. Swords is 2 mana, then we have 2 mana left over. Probably don't want to go below 9, so put on top, put on top. Swords Bob. And then probably attack for 4 with the Skyclave. Keeping the Thalia back, just because the first strike on the 2/2 is pretty nice. But something like a Plague Engineer, which I could definitely see in the main deck here, would be pretty brutal. But yeah, they're at 7 cards, so we do have to be a little bit cautious. We know one of them is Chalice. Wow, no land? Rough. Okay, now Questing Beast seems really good. Actually, maybe even Knight of Autumn hitting the Mox Diamond is better. I think we'll attack first. But keeping them away from Plague Engineer, which is probably the card to bring them back into this game, I am going to Green Suns for Knight of Autumn. I guess that means I could have attacked with everything, but... Hey, JPSS. It's going pretty well. Currently 2-0 and looking pretty good in this game. No float either. Triome. Okay, that's fine. We have Ramanap into Wasteland here. Put on top. Put on top. Ramanap. Yeah. Loam. Loam is going to be an interesting one. I really like the extra Skyclave. I really like the Tireless Tracker and the Endurance. I probably want the Paths, seeing Bob and Knight. Teeg is out. Thalia is out. Collector Oof is probably out. It does hit Mox Diamond, but I feel like we're not really on a Mox Diamond hit here. Force of Vigor is also quite nice because of Mox Diamond and Chalice and Sylvan Library. Chalice is not the biggest issue, but it can definitely be a pretty issue. Bit of an issue. Maybe not the extra Endurance. We already have 2. Hey, Lazy. And Grumpy Oldest Man, thanks for the follows. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. You would trim on Plows. I might just trim on a Path. I might just bring in the 1 extra Path. I think that's okay. Because I'd much rather my opponent have a Path than a Bob or a Knight. Can you Endurance in response to a Dredge trigger? I don't believe Dredge is a trigger. It is a replacement effect. So if you wanted to hit something like a Life in the Loam, you would have to do it in Upkeep. You wouldn't have a chance to do it in Draw Step. But you can definitely work around it in a way. I'm going to see how this goes. But the Endurance is pretty nice. Force of Vigor hopefully doing a lot of work here. If we could like force like Urza and Mox after they play like a turn 1 Bob and then untap and swords the Bob. Chef's kiss. We were playing Chef's Kiss Maverick. I feel like if we were playing Chef's Kiss Maverick, it would have to be able to create food somehow. So maybe like a Gilded Goose version instead of the Birds of Paradise. That's pretty interesting. I like that. Oh, it's also a card, Chef's Kiss. Interesting. Actually, please don't. Yeah, Monkey Maverick's very interesting. I applaud Mark for buying into them and trying them out because I know he was very keen for it. Hey, Fuller. Asmo Maverick. We do have the turn 1 force into sword, so if they do go turn 1 Bob off Urzaland and Mox, then pretty good. It is a 1-lander, but I think that's okay. Especially on the draw, we have Noble and Green Suns. Opponent went to 6. Just a pass. Alright. I'm just going to get a basic here. Wasteland is pretty tough. But maybe they don't Wasteland. But still, even... Yeah. This is fine. Everything works. Hey, Tommy. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Using a Swords or Noble there makes me think they don't have Plague Engineer in hand. Which is pretty good for us. And I think you're actually like just building out my board and getting some more mana going. From Washington State. Legacy is the greatest format ever. Yeah. Currently playing Band Control. Very cool. Yeah, Band's really strong. I wonder if I don't draw anything here. I just want to play the Knight of Autumn as a 4/3. That's actually pretty solid. Yeah, I've only really seen Opposition Agent in some of like the repull cheap mono black decks. Sometimes in Dead Guy, but I wouldn't say it's become a staple of any kind. It's kind of a fun of that a lot of people play, but there are some black heavy decks that do play it. Obviously ones with a card like feeling Abrupt Decay coming, but I can't do much about Abrupt Decay anyway. I guess I could take out the Mox here. They have 2 cards left. Let's see. Yeah. They have something, they have something. Your roommate plays it in Dead Guy? Haha, nice. Hey Orborg, welcome. I feel an Abrupt Decay. Still get in for 1 here, which is kind of nice. We do have 4 cards up on our opponent, which is kind of cool. Loam. Yikes. I guess that's maybe a reason to keep the land in hand. Yeah, my only thought was if they played a creature, I could then Swords it, untap, play a 3-drop if I don't draw a land, but yeah, thinking about Loam, that definitely makes sense. Lily. Ugh. I will bring in the extra endurance. I'm going to take out 1 force. I could actually see Force and then one less Noble, just because of Plague. Maybe even Mum. Yeah, just because the acceleration is so good, especially like a turn 2 Knight or a turn 2 like Library and Wasteland. Okay. Turn 2 Skyclave's pretty good. Also hold up Endurance if I need to. Or just Ooze, eat Loam or something. It's pretty good. Yeah, could have held back the Noble. That's very true. Opponent went to 6. Oof. Rough. Just because we have the endurance here, I don't mind being aggressive there. Now we need a land to hit this Skyclave. Oh, just as good. This is it. Ugh. No great attacks, but we can play the Ooze. And then still have Endurance up. Tundra. Tab's pretty good. My only way out of this is drawing naturally into Wasteland and then having my 2 creatures around. But yeah, natural tab's just rough. Yeah, Tabby's really strong. Yeah. Tough. We'll see what happens. Tough. A pretty tough keep, but Mox into Dryad Arbor into Wasteland turn 1 is just exactly what I didn't want to play into, but can't do much there. I think maybe the big play was just the game 2 loss playing the Savannah instead of just holding it in hand. I do have... I'm not too sure. I gotta double check. Yeah, Tabernacle really good. Love to play first. I'll keep this. Has a bit of everything, which is nice. Double swords is a little bit rough, but hopefully it's a matchup where I just want the double swords. opponent having a pretty big think. Turn 1 Noble in turn 2 we can hold up Endurance, we have Skyclave. On the play it's pretty good as well, the acceleration. Alright. Opponent keeps 7. Taiga. Okay, lands. We do have the Caracas, which is the Skyclave for the exploration here, which is really nice. Pretty perfect. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what sort of build it is, for sure. Punishing Fire? Red and 1. Yeah, okay. Sure. Interesting to leave me. It's gonna hold up Scrib. I don't want Endurance just yet. I want to see if I can just hardcast it. Phallic, it's pretty good. Dark Depths, sure. They're gonna fetch. Maze, sure. Still just gonna hold up Endurance here. Port's okay. Canopy. I guess they could Ghost Quarter me in response. That'd be pretty brutal. They don't. Interesting. It does, but it means that I can't cast the Endurance. Because the, does the basic come in tapped? No, okay. That's probably why. Loam's pretty good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 2. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So they can Loam and also Blast in this turn. They're gonna port us. Hey Carlos, thank you. Okay. I'm going to attack with the Thalia here because I don't think they'll make it. Because we haven't played a land drop yet, they shouldn't. Because they can play around Caracas here. I think they just let this 2 through. Wow, they don't. I think you should definitely let the 2 through. I don't want to use the swords. We can knife for Caracas, yeah. I think if we swords the Marit Lage, we just put ourselves too far away from our opponent. But it is tough, because now they just get back heaps of lands. Like, even Caracas doesn't really do a whole lot. Because we know they have Maze, we know they have Caracas. Surgicals, Forces, Parts, Skyclave, Endurance, Gaddock Teeg, Thalias. Ramap's still good. Knights are good. Maybe not the extra Skyclave. I'm gonna go down on swords. This is fine. This is pretty good. I don't mind the extra tracker. Drop a mum. I'll just get down to one mum. There is a world where I don't even care about mum, and I'd rather just have Skyclave. Maybe an extra swords, just in case if they are playing Elvish Reclaimer or Tireless Tracker postboard. Tough. Play first. Just the one landers are really tricky tonight. Okay. Can keep this. I don't mind bottoming the beast, but kind of don't want to. Kind of want to bottom forest here and just lead on double fetch. Yeah, Prismatic is pretty sweet against lands. I just like Skyclave in green-white because it can answer anything I want to. It can be a little bit tough dealing with some permanents above 3 CMC for Prismatic Vista or Prismatic Ending in this deck without access to mana dorks. Yeah, Skyclave can't answer Lage. I would probably say that Skyclave shouldn't be able to answer Lage either. Oh, sorry, Prismatic Ending if your opponent plays correctly. Opponent went to 5. I'll let on the Windswept Heath because it means we can get basic planes if my opponent does something. Like a turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer. Happy to fetch here for a basic. That's pretty good. That's actually quite good here. Turning off the Mox is pretty huge. Lance doesn't have a great mana base and really relies on Mox Diamonds to have those extra bits. They might actually hold up stage here to copy forest, but it looks like they won't. Maze is definitely going to buy time. Double port's going to be good. tough. I think it's the ramen up that's just too far gone, but might just be Skyclave because at least Night of Autumn we can, yeah, double whites can be tough. Tough, because if they have the combo, they can tap us off white in upkeep and then go for the combo in end step. There's a green source. Rough. Hey Rice, thank you. It is super calming. Sometimes it happens. Alright. Well. I guess I could have... No, that's fine. Drop of Honey, Force of Vigor, Tabernacle, no Saga. Do they have a Field of the Dead? They do it, they have 2. Okay. Turn 9. Yikes. We'll get there. Maybe on turn 10. Ay, ay, ay. They could definitely Ghost Quarter us out. I mean, 7 turns without lands is definitely going to cause you to lose some games of Magic, so... No, this isn't fun. For anyone. Maybe for my opponent. That's just tough. I'm just gonna get some water. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, the lands matchup is usually really good. It's usually quite back and forth, which is nice, but I can't do too much there. This is a sweet hand. More than happy to keep this. Nice acceleration in Thalia, in Green Suns. Marsh Flats. Hogaak. Okay. Hogaak's going to be an interesting one. Definitely a lot harder without ley lines. Endurance is definitely not the card you want to rely on against Hogaak. Krakus is relevant, but I hope they don't get to the stage where they get to put a Hogaak into play. They hit another Bloodghast. One bridge and a Gravecrawler. Okay. Sure. I think it's actually the crab that I care about, not the Vengevine. Guess we'll see what we can draw. Yeah, crab here just so good. But this turn we'll be taking 2, 4, 6, 10. Oh, that's how the altar. There's Hogaak. I haven't seen Phil's Vengevine game yet. But I'll have to have a look at it. I saw the first game. It was pretty sweet. Surgical. Endurance. Skyclave parts. Thalia's. Gaddock Teeg. Ramanap's a bit too slow. One library. Yes, please. Way too fair. Okay. Well, we'll keep this. I think I want to bottom the Scrib Ranger. Yeah. Interesting to play Crab out on turn 1. Usually you keep it so you can get a trigger straight away, but maybe my opponent has something else to do. This is going to be fine. Come on. Nice. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Hey him. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Dried up is cool. Probably played the Gravecrawler. They don't. Interesting. I probably just want to shuffle here. Just so they can't get this Gravecrawler into play. Oh, they can't play it? Of course, yeah. Probably a waste of an endurance then. That's fine. You live in Finland? Very cool. I do like playing the Knight out here to play around like a Cabal Therapy taking it. That'd be pretty brutal. I do want to hit the Arbor. Probably don't have to do it there, but I do like getting it off the field. Fatal Push. Yikes. Didn't think of Fatal Push. Mainly thought of Assassin's Trophy. Surgical most likely going after Bridge. We haven't seen one yet. Bloodghast is fine. Still no Bridge. Still pretty happy just to hold up endurance. I don't think I want to play the Hex Drinker here. The matchup is decent if they're slow and we have some sort of interaction like endurance, but usually without Leyline, it's pretty much bust. It's a pretty tough one. They go wide so well, and Maverick doesn't have a great way to deal with creatures that go wide, or decks that go wide. They get into a lot of situations where they can make a pretty average attack just to get damage through. And now I'm in a weird spot where I think I actually want to draw here to try to find either Caracas or Swords to Plowshares for this Hogaak. There it is. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hogaak's pretty good. Probably just want to hold up second endurance, which isn't great. Leveling Hex doesn't really do anything. Vengine's pretty solid. I don't think I'm getting time to level 8 Hex Drinker. I kind of want to get both Bloodghast in the bin and then surgical them. I want to keep the Dried Up around so I can Green Suns for Night to get a Karakas. So I need to survive somewhat. I'm definitely taking 8 from Hogaak. Hey Achilles, welcome. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think it's something like I can't block with this. So it has to be like trade, block, take 8. And then we get a chance to draw into Green Suns or another Reliquary. And then still have Endurance to block 4 damage. You'd take 10. Yeah, maybe this still works out. Well then. What can I attack with here? They have 1 card in hand. If it's a creature, they can bring back Vengevine, which is pretty tough. I guess we have the Surgical for it. I think I can at least... for... Outsmarted and outskilled. Achilles, you would have loved some of our games tonight. Some of the older 2-lander. My big question is, do I want to use the Dried Arbor here to pump the Hex Drinker? Because then it means next turn we have 3 mana left over just to make it a big one. I think I hold back the Endurance and just swing with the Hex. But the Dried Arbor's got me... I don't really know. It's nearly midnight, so it is a tough one to string together. If it's best to keep the Dried Arbor as a blocker or to use it for Hex Drinker, I think I'm just going to keep it for a blocker. Yeah, hardcast Vengevine would be really rough. Endurance, please. Please, third Endurance. What are you tapping mana for? What are you tapping mana for over there? 4 mana. 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 I don't need to hold Caracas up here, which is nice. This also turns into a 2-turn clock, which is pretty sweet. So we have Surgical to cover Vengevine. We know that one card in hand is Hogaak. So it's looking pretty good. I don't really want to lose the Noble Hierarch to the Hex Drinker because it adds a full turn. Alright, they find a land for Bloodghast. What else do they hit? What do they trigger first? They trigger the Bloodghast. Well, if I Surgical the Bloodghast, I'm taking 2 damage anyway, so that doesn't really make sense. There's a Hogaak, that's fine. And there's a second Vengevine, okay. Well, that is definitely being taken care of. But even then it's tough, because the Surgical taking 2 life is huge. They've already cast a Gravecrawler as well, so they only have to trigger... They only have to cast 1 more Hogaak. Most likely the one in the hand. But at least the Surgical saves 6 life, which is pretty relevant right now. Oh, they're tapping everything out. Oh, this is tough because now we just get through. We Surgical the Vengevines, we untap, yeah. We don't have to block this turn, which is huge. Oh, maybe they're in chat. Maybe they just heard what we were talking about. Okay, Altar, Dark Blast. Interesting. Definitely seen it before. Oh, they targeted themselves. Yeah, sorry. I should have picked up on that. Should have definitely picked that up. So now we can... This is still okay. Ah, double Bloodghast. That's just it. Rough. I don't think me showing the Surgical and taking out the Verdants or the Vengevines would have changed anything, maybe, because now they have information. Oh, we're forced to block, yeah. Alright. It has to be a Green Suns or an Exalted Creature. Oh, they went to 6! Because they fetched. Now they don't have a way to block Hex, right? Yeah. I'm not too sure what their plan is now. Yeah, okay. Huh. Just gonna send this back. Not with a hand like this, unfortunately. Mulligan this. Sure. I think we just keep this and bottom the oof. Oof's nice and all, but we have the swords to kind of protect ourselves from an altar. We have a lot of removal. I don't mind keeping this and bottoming the oof. It is a Green Suns target anyway. But I think we'll probably Green Suns for Dried Arbor straight away. Hey Tom, thanks for the follow. And also Nadiko. Okay. So I can hold up swords in case of like Stitch's supply into Cabal Therapy. Or I could Canopy here for Green Suns to get out Knight next turn if I really wanted it. I don't mind building up my mana. It also turns on just Endurance as a hard cast. Not a fetch, which is nice. And just 3 fetches. Classic. Hey, Disgruntled Elk, welcome. That's actually pretty interesting. I kind of like Skyclave here on Hedron Crab over Swords or Path. I guess Skyclave also takes out Altar. So maybe the play is just Swords on Crab and then hold up Swords. Yeah, Skyclave hitting Altar I think is relevant, because it means if they try to like cast Altar, we can Swords the Gravecrawler and then let it resolve and then untap and Skyclave it. Crab, sure. Swamp, sure. Putrid Imp, Fatal Push, land again. Land here would be fantastic. Endurance, just as good. Yeah, I think I just want to cast it. And then get the basic planes for the path. There is a world where I just want to take them off a creature here, untap and play the Knight. I think I am just in a situation where I want to use my mana pretty carefully. So any chance I get to fire off a path and then untap with 3 mana, I'm pretty happy for that. This does give them 4 mana, which means they can hard... Okay, they don't actually have an extra basic, it's just the swamp. Interesting. Alright, so we go 3-2. Tough. We do get a chest, which is always fun. Debtors Nell. Garrick Wildspeaker is pretty interesting. List is pretty cool. I liked it a lot more than the first league, but still a lot of things to work on. It is pretty tough not splashing a color, especially for Prismatic Ending. I think that's probably the biggest reason to splash a color instead of something like Plague Engineer. Hey Epic, welcome. But yeah, overall, Green-White didn't feel too bad. It was just a case of, why are we playing Green-White? Is it just the mana base? But is the other variants of Maverick really having a hard time with the mana base? And I don't think they are, so... although it was cool to come back and play some Green-White, I think that if I do move forward, I'll move forward with either Punishing or Abzan for streams. But yeah, cool to see how Green-White's performing. There's a lot of cool cards you can use in this list, especially with the mana base. You can play cards like Prelate. I know Containment Priest has seen some play. Monkey Maverick. But that's going to be me. Nearly midnight, so I'm going to let you guys go. A huge thank you to everyone who came in and supported. I'm going to be back on Thursday night with probably Green-White Depths. The deck is just really solid right now, so I've been really enjoying smashing some pretty quick leagues with that deck, which is pretty cool. But if you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me here. All my leagues go there, and all my YouTube exclusive content. You can of course also find me on Twitter. Vegeta, you're more than welcome. And then of course here, if you're following the channel, you'll get a submission and a notification when I go live, which is cool. So I hope you enjoy that. And I'm going to see who else is playing quickly. Council's playing, cool. You're welcome, Saito-san. That should work. Not sure why it didn't. Huh. 1 second. Nice, there we go. Alright guys, all the best. Enjoy your weeks ahead, stay safe, and I'll catch you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.